I didn't mean to say any of it. I was drunk, my walls were gone, and for the first time I told him everything. What I didn't know was that he was recording the whole thing. It's strange how a single night can change everything. You don't plan it, you don't expect it, and yet before you even realize what's happening you've already said too much. Welcome to English Stories with Sherry. Grab a cozy seat and let's journey through magical tales, classic stories, and everyday adventures all in English. Learning the language has never been this fun. That's what happened to me. It started with a few drinks. You know how people always say, alcohol brings out the truth. Yeah. Turns out, that's not just a saying. I didn't plan to confess anything. We were just hanging out, me, a few friends, and him. He was someone I'd known for years. We weren't exactly close, but he was always there. The kind of person who listens more than he talks, who notices the small things you think no one sees. It was one of those nights where everything feels blurry but safe. The laughter's louder, the lights are softer, and the world feels a little less heavy. I was tired. Not the kind of tired sleep fixes, the kind of tired where your heart feels heavy from everything you never say out loud. And so, I started talking. At first, it was funny stuff, embarrassing stories, old secrets from school. But then I don't know. Something in me cracked open. I started talking about the things I'd kept inside for years. The people I missed. The things I regretted. The person I loved. And that person was him. I told him everything. Every little detail about how I started liking him, when it happened, how I'd replay conversations in my head 100 times, how I'd overthink every text. It was messy, emotional, and way too honest. He didn't interrupt me. He just listened calmly, quietly, with that same half-smile he always had. I thought it was comforting. I thought it was safe. But what I didn't know was that he was recording the whole thing. The next morning, my head was pounding, my memory was foggy, and my phone had a few new messages. When I opened them, I saw a video. It was me. My face. My voice. My confession. I froze. At first, I thought it was a joke, a prank, something harmless. But no. It was real. He'd filmed it. The entire thing. From the moment I started speaking until the moment I passed out. And suddenly, everything inside me went cold. You know that feeling when your stomach drops, and your chest tightens, and you realize something private isn't private anymore? That's what it felt like. I didn't even finish watching the clip. I just turned off my phone and sat there. 4 hours. Why would he record that? Was it curiosity? Amusement? Or something worse? I couldn't understand it. I replayed every second of that night in my head, trying to find any sign, any hint that he'd do something like that. Nothing. He seemed so normal. So genuine. Eventually, I messaged him. Just one line. Why did you record me? He replied almost instantly. He said, you were saying things you'd never say sober. I wanted to keep it just in case you forgot. Just in case I forgot. It made me sick. Because he was right, I didn't remember half of it. But that didn't make it okay. There's something deeply unsettling about realizing that your vulnerability, your raw, unfiltered self became someone else's content. Even if he didn't post it. Even if he never showed anyone. The fact that he had it was enough. For days, I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard my own voice again, trembling, drunk, exposed. I kept thinking, that version of me doesn't exist anymore. But somewhere, in his phone, it does. I didn't know what to do. Do I demand he delete it? Do I trust that he won't use it? Do I cut him off completely? I did all three, in that order. First, I asked him to delete it. He said he already had. But the problem with digital things is you never really know. Delete doesn't always mean gone. Then, I told him I couldn't talk to him anymore. He said he understood. He said he didn't mean to hurt me. He said he thought it was sweet how honest I was that night. Sweet. That word made me realize something. To him, it wasn't a violation. It was a moment. But to me, it was a line crossed. I stopped going out after that. I stopped drinking. I stopped sharing parts of myself that I couldn't control. And I learned something really important. When you're drunk, it's not just your body that loses balance, it's your boundaries too. You start giving pieces of yourself away without realizing who's taking them. That night taught me that not everyone deserves to see the rawest version of you. Not everyone who listens deserves your truth. Some people listen just to keep it. To own it. To use it. I wish I could tell you that I've moved on completely. That I don't think about it anymore. But sometimes, when I hear a recording, or when someone laughs in that same tone he had, I feel it again, the same sinking feeling in my chest. I don't hate him. I don't think he's a terrible person. I think he just didn't understand how fragile trust can be. How something that feels small to one person can destroy another. Now, I guard my words like their currency. I choose silence over spilling emotions that aren't ready to be seen. And maybe that's sad. Maybe it's lonely. But it's also safe. Sometimes, people romanticize honesty like being open is always brave. But the truth is, being open without protection can break you. If you've ever confessed something while drunk, you probably know that feeling of dread the next morning. You replay everything, trying to figure out if you went too far, if someone will remember what you said. I lived that feeling on repeat for weeks. Eventually, I realized I couldn't take back what I said. But I could take back how I let it define me. I stopped seeing that night as the moment I embarrassed myself. Instead, I started seeing it as the night I learned who actually cared about me and who only cared about the story. And that's something I want you to remember, too. If you ever find yourself in that place, tired, hurting, wanting to escape through a drink, pause for a second. Ask yourself if the people around you have earned your truth. Because once you give it away, you can't always get it back. We all want to be heard. We all want to be understood. But sometimes, the safest thing you can do is hold a little bit of yourself back. That night changed me. It made me cautious, yes, but it also made me stronger. Now I know what trust really means. It's not about who listens to you when you talk. It's about who protects your words when you're too broken to protect them yourself. So yeah, I confessed everything while drunk. And he was recording. But in a way, I'm glad it happened. Because it showed me that silence isn't weakness sometimes, it's wisdom. Thanks for listening to English Stories with Sherry. If you enjoyed today's tale, like, subscribe, and share with a friend learning English. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep learning, and keep listening.